What's up guys, it's Cybertron here with a Rocket Punch Army review. This is the last review for me of 2013. This is the review for the Transformers Generations, full of Cybertron, Ravage and Rumble, and Frenzy and Ratbat data disc packs. Alright, now these are for use with these guys. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and show you the box before we get all crazy around here, but you'll see it's got some pretty cool artwork. I always do enjoy the artwork. You'll notice that in all my videos. I do enjoy artwork. Other than that, simple pack. The back here does have your little tech specs, very G1 style there, and you'll see them in both their modes with the little storage boxes here. Now, for those of you that don't know, and I'm sure you guys do if you're Transformers fans, but a long time ago, when I was a kid, we had this very high-tech thing called mini cassettes, right? Which is what the G1 Soundwave is based off of, a little micro cassette player recorder. Now these little micro cassettes came or were stored in little things like this, these little cases. However, this is the future now. Cassettes are not as cool, so they tried to make it as futuristic as possible with data discs. All right. Now to keep it G1, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, G1 loyal to G1, I guess, they've included these cassette styled cases for these data discs, alright, which I thought was really nice, and there's also something very cool about these, which I'll show you in a second, apart from them being storage cases. Alright, so we're going to move on to the Ravage and Rumble. Also some very cool artwork up top, figures on the front here, look in the back, same thing, tech specs, and also the little storage cases and pictures of the prototype. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and open these. Now these minions, even though they have the auto convert feature, they also come with instructions because you are required to do a very minimal amount of transformation to get them in their modes. Alright, now you'll see they come in this plastic tray, very nicely laid out, as you can see. You get the two figures on one side, and then you get the two cases here. Now what I wanted to show you that was cool about the cases, aside from the fact that they have Decepticon logos, is the fact that if you stack them a certain way, they do start resembling Energon cubes. So they got like a two-way coolness to them. They do, harken back to the storage cases of the cassettes, but they also make cool Energon cube looking things, which I thought was really nice. Alright? Now I did want to start out with Rumble and Ravage, alright? So you got Rumble here on the left, and you have Ravage on the right. So Rumble has a pretty decent robot mode. At first, I have to admit, I did not like the design, because really from the front, it looks its best. When you start turning to the side, it just looks like a big mess, and the back here. So there's a lot of weird plates there on the side, but from the front, not too bad. Now Ravage is probably the most complicated out of all of them, and still, maintains somewhat of a good, Jaguar look to it. I know a lot of people think it's ugly, but really, you have to think this is an automorph feature, auto convert feature, I should say, where what you do is you drop it and it transforms on its own. Although these two do require, unlike Laserbeak here and Buzzsaw, they do require a little bit of help transforming after the pop-up feature is activated. They're not really posable. I mean, they're somewhat posable. You get the legs back here that can move, but for the most part, they're just really meant, to just look the way they do here. Now, I wanted you to take a quick look at it up close because these are so tiny, you tend to overlook some of the details. But you'll see the nice Decepticon logo. You'll see the nice little head there. The head sculpt is not too bad, very G1 looking. And here's a detail on those panels here. It's got some nice silver tampo printing. A lot of sculpting went into these little buggers here. The arms on this guy do move. Again, like I said, not tons of articulation, but yeah, not too bad. Now we'll take a look at Ravage up close. You'll see very complicated looking. It's got the whole auto convert feature going on, which is why it kind of looks a little bit weird from certain angles. But I'm actually quite surprised at what they accomplished with this. It's got the nice little Decepticon logos here on the shoulders, on both sides. Nice tampo printed purple there. the face sculpt, not too bad. Does look rather nice. And the temple printing that's here on these panels, which you'll see in a data disk mode. Now we're going to start off with Rumble here. To get him into data disk mode, you do want to have his arms up, all right, and to the back like this. You'll see he's got the little hands there. Bring these legs around like that, and then bring this around this way, and everything should clip nice and tight. Now we're going to take RAVAGE here, which is a little bit more involved than Rumble. Now for RAVAGE, you want to just make sure his head goes into this pocket here. Fold this around like that. Then folding the tail, and you can do this in different orders. It's just the way I prefer to do it. All right, so you've pretty much formed the whole data disk there. Now the legs, they do fold in this way. It was already folded for me there, but fold that one like that. And then to get the rear situated correctly, you want to have these things pointing down. All right, so that you can squish the butt, pop it into place, then spin these around, and then you got your data disk. Now next up we have Frenzy and Ratbat. Now Frenzy is pretty much identical to Rumble. If we take a look at him up close, you'll see he is identical except in color. He's got the same temple printed Decepticon logo, same head sculpt, same everything. So we won't concentrate on him too much. So now we'll move on to Ratbat here, which is very, very similar to Laserbeak. But you'll start seeing some differences. You'll see there's different molding. Look at the tails are different, right? You even got the little shoulders are different. And even the wings, different mold. I'll take a look up close to the head sculpt there. It's got a nice little bat-looking head sculpt. And the transformation is identical to Laserbeak. So we'll check that out. Bring the head in here, like that. Fold it in. This comes in, like that. Very simple. Just pretty much squish it all together. And I do love the gold on there. It's like a greenish, like tinted gold. But it really stands out, and you'll notice it's got a very hot pink thing going on there. So now that we've got all these guys together, let's see what they look like inside of Soundwave and Soundblaster. Alright guys, so to show off the figures inside of these two guys, I have gone ahead and put them in there. Now there's something I did want to update, because in my review of these two guys, I did mention that only 2 of them fit. I wasn't sure if 2 or 3 fit, and then I finalized it as just being 2, but it does indeed fit 3. That had to do with me just not being able to pull on this thing very easily, since the figures are very new. But when I shoved the cassettes in there, or the data discs, excuse me, it did push back far enough for me to fit 3. So very happy about that, because now I can fit the whole both sets with the included figures that these have, the included data discs. Now, who should we start out with? Let's start out with Soundblaster. All right. So we're going to start off with his default data disk, all right? And another thing, in case you guys are going to end up asking, these are repro labels. I used the white outline repro labels over the existing Decepticon logo, and I think that looks much better than just having the regular purple logo there, faction logo. So yeah, we're going to do the eject here on his chest, and you'll see Buzzsaw is the first one. Now we're going to see if these things auto-convert, and I think Mantis99s did mention that having these facing the other way makes the auto-convert feature work better, but I think it just looks cooler this way. So if they auto-convert, great. If they don't, who cares? But it's, whoa, that did auto-convert way away from the camera, but there you go. That's one. Let's see if we can do the other one. And whoop, wow, shot both of them out, and they both auto-converted. All right. Way to go. Way to blow your load there, Soundblaster. Off camera and everything. Jeez. Must have been keeping that in for a while. Now we got Soundwave here. We pop his chest open. We got, what's his name here? Laserbeak. That's right. So we'll pop that open. Get this to happen somewhere on camera here. Probably pop all 3 of them out, I think. Nope, there we go. Soundwave is not as tense as Soundblaster. Whoa, there we go. That did not auto-convert, but I kind of stopped it with my thumb. There you go. Let's see what else we can do here, guys. This is very non-professional, but... oh! Alright, shot those out. Now you'll see, I'm not very good at auto-converting. Soundblaster was a little more reliable in having the auto convert feature work, but honestly they're both the same figures. Not one is better than the other. But I do want to show you the way these would convert if everything falls into place correctly. Alright, so let's move these big guys out of the way. We'll get everybody in their little data disk mode. Just give me 1 second to do all that. Alright, blah da da dee dee doo. And this guy, you'll notice becoming sort of a pro in converting data disks. So, not that there's anything to be proud of, but whatever. Get this. Doody doody doo. It's not really necessary to auto convert Laserbeak and Buzzsaw since they are part of a different review. We'll do these 4 guys here. Alright. So we're going to start off with Rumble here. Alright. So we'll pop him down. There's the button on the back right here in the middle. Data disk mode. Boom. Alright. Now, it would be cool if they just landed standing up, but you know, this is not a perfect world. You do have to adjust the arms to face down, and you do have to pop out the little feet here. And you'll see it kind of stands a little weird, a little forward. But if you don't pull the feet out all the way, you could get him a little straighter than that. Alright, get him off to the side there. Now we got Ravage here, same thing. He's got the button right there on the bottom. Now I did notice he is one of the harder ones to get to transform, and I got to smash the hell out of him to get him to even completely unfold. But let's go ahead and try that. Alright, so you'll see, kind of looks like a little frog when he pops open, but you'll notice he's not completely transformed. That's because you have to continue transforming him after he auto converts. So not necessarily a full auto convert. Do have to pull the legs down, do have to swing this back piece out and pop out his tail. Alright, so there's Ravage. Have him stand right next to his buddy here. Next we are going to do Frenzy. So let's grab Frenzy here. Again, button in the middle, same thing as Rumble. And all you do is smash him down, fix his arms, swing at his feet just a tad, and we'll have him stand off here with his other buddies. Alright, there you go. Stand please. Last but not least is Ratbat. Hot pink Ratbat with the cool gold paint. Alright, same thing, button in the middle, that's how all these work. There you go. Got a nice little Ratbat figure going on here. So what I want to do is show you now how these fit into these cases. You'll see the case swings open, and there's a hole back here so you can actually pop them out once you squeeze them in. So they simply just push right in. You can close it, open, stick it in, close. Same thing. Pretty much get the idea now, guys, but let me just do all of them. Then you got all your minions inside their cases. And these actually look like collector coins, really. But you'll see them from the back here with the holes. But yeah, pretty neat feature to have these inside little cases. Alright guys, here we got the whole data disk player robots, and we got the whole data disk slash little robot jaguars, vultures, all that stuff down at the bottom. Incredible. I fancy myself more, you know, the Soundwave and Soundblaster type robots. I don't really feel like I need to have the minions here, but you kind of do need them, you know. Soundblaster and Soundwave, they do need to have the minions, but definitely cool sets, guys. Pick these up, especially the Soundwave and Soundblaster, unbelievable figures. One of my favorites for 2012. But I think that's going to be it, guys. Oh, I should have displayed these before I signed off here. But yeah. Any questions or comments, guys, please, 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 please leave them below. Until next time, bye-bye.